Hello and welcome to Module 2 of the Power of LinkedIn. This is your personal profile optimization. Why would you want to optimize your profile? It plays an important role in how you're representing your brand. It can improve your SSI score by up to 15% on its own. It helps you stand out from the crowd and gives you increased visibility. It creates a professional presence and serves as the virtual you. It promotes staff and team alignment when all of the company's staff profiles are optimized, and it enforces a solid reputation. So where do you start? Well, some of you may have a LinkedIn profile already, others may not. So we are going to start right from the beginning. When you log on to LinkedIn, you'll click the Join Now button in the top right-hand corner. It'll then ask you to put in your email address and create a password of 6 or more characters. Once you've done that, you'll click Agree and Join. You'll then enter your first name as well as your last name, and it will ask you to enter your country or your region as well as your city or your district. After that, it'll ask you for what your most recent job title is, and if you're a student, you just click there, I'm a student. Once you've input your job title, it's going to ask you for your employment type. So that would be whether you are a contractor or self-employed or full-time, etc. And then you'll enter the name of your most recent company. The next question that it asks you is if you are looking for a new job. You can choose one of these options here. This response remains private to you. If you're looking for a new job, it'll then ask you to put in the job titles and the locations of the job you're looking for. And it will then ask you if you want to show recruiters or other people that you're open to work or open to new jobs. If you switch this button on, this is visible to anyone on LinkedIn. You can switch it off and it's only visible to you. If you want to download the app for the mobile phone, you can do that now by scanning the QR code. Alternatively, it is available on the Play Store. Once you've completed those steps, LinkedIn is going to throw out a few profiles that it suggests you connect to based on the information that you've input already. You can choose these now, otherwise you can skip this step. It'll also throw out a few profiles of LinkedIn influencers or open networkers, as well as courses that it suggests you go and complete or view on LinkedIn Learning. It'll then show you a few pages or groups to join and follow. Once you've completed all of that and you now on the main page on LinkedIn, it then shows up suggested job searches. This is if you are looking for a job. It'll then in the middle of the page show you what jobs are available according to the information you've put on your profile. And on the left, it's got a few menus or links to pages that can assist you. So it's got obviously jobs for or links for my jobs, interview prep, a resume builder, as well as videos on job seeker guidance. In the bottom left-hand corner, once you complete an action on LinkedIn, it prompts you to let you know whether or not it's been successful. You can close this window once it's complete. Let's start with your profile. To get to your main profile, you'll click on me in the top right-hand corner. Once you get there, the first thing you want to do is choose a profile picture. Do pick a photo that looks like you and use a high-resolution image. Make sure it's your face that takes up at least 60% of the frame, and do be the only person in the picture. Get someone else to choose the picture for you and choose the right expression. Try to avoid distracting backgrounds and wear what you'd like to wear to work. And take the photo in soft, natural light using filters wisely. This is an example of profile pictures that are not ideal. So you'll see there's some glare in the background. The profile image is cut off. And these are examples of good profile pictures. The next thing you want to do is add a background banner. Your background banner can help you show immediately what it is that you do or who you are. So you can either choose to put in your personal information or your work information on the banner with your website and your contact details, or you can keep it simple and just use an image with a link to your website, or alternatively, you can just use a quotation to show what it is that you stand for. The next one is your profile headline. This is the description that's right under your name. To edit this, you'll click on the pencil. Your headline is one of the most visible parts of your profile, and it's a huge factor in whether or not someone decides to reach out to you or move on to the next profile. It's also a major factor in the search algorithm, and headlines carry a lot of weight when the platform is deciding which profiles to serve up for different queries or searches. You'll now go to the edit. When you edit it, you don't just want to put in your job title there or your qualification. You want to actually showcase some of your services or what it is that you stand for. And try to make use of emojis or emoticons because it appeals to all different people. You get word people, number people, picture people. This will make sure your profile speaks to all of them. Once you've edited, you'll see that the edited description now reflects under your name. LinkedIn will prompt you to show you where you are in terms of your profile. So whether you are a beginner, the next one is intermediate, going up to advanced and all-star. It'll then also give you actions to complete. This will show you what you need to do to get to the next level. The first step is to obviously edit your education. This will be prompted. Make sure that you do choose the correct institution. If it is on LinkedIn, it will have an icon there. This is just to establish verifiability. The next one is your LinkedIn summary or your bio. Your LinkedIn summary acts as a mini biography, and you can share who you are in it in a most engaging way. It's probably the most important part of your LinkedIn profile because it's the first impression you give viewers, and that first impression also determines whether or not they'll continue to scrolling the rest of your achievements and find out who you are. In your summary, you want to be concise and make use of keywords, hashtags, do be unique, draw relevance to the past, present, and future, and try to make it error-free. Do include your why, so that is why you do what you do, any unique specialities or personal anecdote or quote, as well as a clear call to action. This is an example of what it should look like. Again, do include emoticons or emojis because it will speak to all the different types of people. So you'll include who you are, what you do, why you do what you believe in, what your goal is, your personal quote or anecdote, as well as your contact information and a call to action. If you want to notify your network of any changes, you can leave this button on. Alternatively, you can switch it off. This does apply to any changes on your profile. So sometimes it can become a little bit tedious to notify your network every time you update it. So I would recommend you turn it off. It is your choice. The next thing you want to update is your employment information. So you'll go into company name. Again, if the company is on LinkedIn, when you type in the name, it will throw out the icon. Do choose the right icon. You'll then put in the location and you'll add skills that are relevant to that position. You don't have to add the skills that are relevant to all the positions. LinkedIn does have a field where you can add skills separately later. It will throw out a few suggested skills based on the information you've put in already. You can add media to this job description. So this could be either the company profile or projects that you've worked on. And once you've completed that, you'll then do make sure that for SEO, you give your media a title and a description. Your profile will look like this. The next thing you want to do is decide whether or not to display the Open to Work banner on your profile. If you do decide to display it, you can also just show what type of jobs you are looking for and the regions again. You can always change this, so once you have found your position, you can then turn it off. The next step is to customize your URL. So that is your web link. Why do you want to do that? Because it looks professional. It highlights your attention to detail and makes you easily identifiable. You'll do this by clicking on Contact Info. There at the top, your profile URL will be displayed. It will have a few numbers at the end. You're going to click on there. You'll then click on the pencil to edit it. And you will take out the numbers or the name and put in whatever description it is that you want to display there. You can edit your visibility on LinkedIn, so you can input all of the information to make sure that you get the SSI points, but choose to only display certain of these to the public. And you do that on this page here as well, so you can switch any of these off and on. To get back to your profile, you just click on me or the LinkedIn icon. The following step is to turn creator mode on. You'll see resources just under your headline. You'll then go to creator mode, you'll click on there and switch it on. It'll ask you to put in 5 topics that you discuss or that you talk about most often or are most interested in. It'll then display these hashtags on your profile. It's got additional tools underneath. You can edit your personal demographic information. You can choose what activity to show to people. And once you've put in your hashtags, you can notify your network. It will pre-populate this message for you. Again, your activity, if you want to share what you've done and keep track of any jobs and courses that you've completed or are interested in. Once you're done, you'll see the hashtags now have populated underneath your headline. To add additional profile sections, you're going to click on Add Profile Section. The first one that you're going to add is Featured. The Featured section is an area on your profile where you can showcase work samples that you're most proud of and can serve as a portfolio. For example, you can share posts that you've authored, articles that you've created, media like images, documents, and even website links. You'll do this by clicking on Add Profile Section and Add Featured. You'll then click on the plus sign. You'll then add the media, and remember for SEO to give it a description as well as a title. The next section, again, click on Add Profile Section, is any licenses and certifications. These are your qualifications, and again, if the issuing organization is on LinkedIn, choose the correct icon. Whatever you input here, remember to always give it a title and description. This means that if someone is searching for something specific on Google or a search engine, it'll throw out your LinkedIn profile if you've got the relevant keywords in these images or titles or any media that you upload. This is what it will look like once you've completed these steps. You'll continue to add each profile section. The next one will be courses that you've completed. This can also be internal training. Don't be shy. Do reflect as much as you possibly can. A lot of people don't want to show off, but this is going to be the virtual you. You do want to showcase everything that you have completed. If you want to ask for a recommendation, you can ask your immediate network. You'll click on Add Recommendations. You'll then type in the name of the person you want to ask for the recommendation from, and it will pre-populate a message for you. The next one to complete is additional. You'll then click on additional under add profile section. And here it's got numerous ones, causes or any volunteer experience, as well as publications. Once you've completed these, it will then display like this on your profile. Again, you'll click on add profile section to add any honors and awards. Do put in any achievements awards, even if it's an incentive trip or a small certificate, because it does not only add points to your SSI score, but reflect positively for recruiters or anyone that wants to know what you've achieved and wants to connect with you for a specific purpose. Again, you'll click on add profile section. Under additional, your volunteer experience. You can also choose your languages, and you can choose your proficiency. Always click on add profile section. Your causes, LinkedIn will populate a number of different causes. You can then choose which ones to add onto your profile. The next menu is your analytics and your tools. Your analytics will show you what you've done on LinkedIn and how this has performed. So how many followers you've gained, how many search appearances you appeared in, how many people have looked at your profile. You can even at some stage see who it is that's looked at your profile. I would always recommend that you switch your connection visibility off. This is under your settings. This is to make sure that your network is not displayed to anyone. Your mutual connections will display, but not your entire network. It's also for protection of personal information. That is over here under visibility. If you click on the More button on LinkedIn, you'll see that it gives you the option of downloading your resume or your profile. It'll then download it in a PDF format for you, which you can send on to other people. If you click on Add Profile section, you'll then add in all of your experience and your skills. Under Experience, remember to always choose the correct icon of the company. Your skills, you should have a minimum of 5. You can go up to 50. I would always aim for 20. LinkedIn does allow you to actually take skills quizzes. They will then, based on your score, endorse you for any skills that you've listed on your profile. Endorsements on LinkedIn are important because they contribute to the impact of your profile. This enables your LinkedIn connections to visit your profile and endorse you as well, so your connections can also verify that you have a specific skill. So it's always a good idea to ask your friends, co-workers, or former employees to endorse you for your skill or ability. This is what it will show up as on your profile. You click on Add Profile section and you go to your recommendations. The importance of getting recommendations are essentially crucial because they act as a testimonial or reference. They let people know that other people have valued your contributions and have witnessed an accomplishment. You can also give recommendations to other people. They can significantly boost your profile. This is what your recommendations will look like once a person has given you a testimonial. That is the end of Module 2. Thank you very much.